demonstrate the very basics of polymorphism, and we will output the methods in these subclasses. Polymorphism is Latin for many shapes. So essentially, what we want to do, or polymorphism is, and allows an object to take many forms, a single object to take many forms. It'll make more sense now. So obviously on the last tutorial we wrote this to get reference to the overwritten there we go, overwritten method swim to print out the result, which of course works. However, we no longer need to do this because I will use a polymorphic array and print out the object stored in that array. Remember, an object stored in that array within a for loop. So what we need to do, remember, an object can take many forms. So we create a single object now, which is fish, and we call this f. We'll just say fish. It's equal to new fish. Okay. Right. Now what we want to do here is create the array. So essentially what I said is equal to new fish, and obviously fish is an array. And here we just want to say that we want to take possibly two items or more or less in the array. So now that we have our reference type fish, so fish is the array. So this one object stores the array of the fish. So we can store multiple objects, can take forms of multiple objects. So all we need to do now is go fish. Sorry. We say what should we do? We'll say fish. We'll just say 0 is equal to new piranha. Piranha. There we go. And we say fish 1 is equal to new goldfish. Yay. So essentially, all we've done here is created an array which we take reference to through this object of fish, and stored many forms, different objects in this one object. If that makes sense. So we've created an array which stores many objects, but that array is the reference type to the fish object. So one object can take many forms. So all we need to do now is do a for loop. So for int I is equal to 0, and we do I is less than the fish dot length, and then we just concatenate I, so add 1 to the array length. Then all we need to do now is get reference to the fish. Remember, all our objects are stored in the fish array. The number we're concatenating to get reference to the objects, which is I, it's stored in the variable I, dot, and the method we want to access in all of those objects, which is swim. So if I click around now, we'll have the fish is swimming very fast, the fish is swimming slowly. So essentially what we've done is created a reference type, which is an array, and created and used that array to store the object piranha and the object fish. So both objects are stored in the fish array. And all we did is a for loop. So we said int, just declaring the variable we want to store the, let's say, data in. Made it equal to 0, and then made it less than the array length, and concatenated 1, so it went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so whatever number needed to reach. And then all we did is get reference to the array, which stores all the objects, the variable which essentially counts and checks the condition, so checks checks the length of the array, and then just called our methods, overwritten methods in piranha and swim.